About 88,000 people die every year due to alcohol-related causes. In 2014, alcohol-impaired driving fatalities accounted for 9,967 deaths, making alcohol the fourth leading preventable cause of death in the United States, according to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. The Privileged Addict says that alcoholics and addicts hurt others because their addiction comes first before everything. And if our addiction is our very top priority, then we will do anything it takes to use the way we want, even if that means lying to you, stealing from you, manipulating you, deceiving you, abusing you, hurting you, and breaking your heart. According to the National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, approximately 17.6 million people, or 1 in every 12 adults, suffer from alcohol abuse, which means 17.6 million mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters are either lying, deceiving, abusing, or hurting the ones they love in order to feed their addiction. I come from a family with a grandparent, a parent, and an uncle who have or do suffer from addiction. I also lost my grandpa a few years ago due to his alcoholism. What they fail to realize is how selfish their addiction is and the damage it causes to their family. The most painful part? They are willing to risk their lives for a temporary high. Without this basic realization, they are unable to accept what they've become in order to change. I'm going to expose the short-term and long-term effects of alcohol, what it means to be an alcoholic, and the toll it takes on families to prove why drinking alcohol is a selfish act. Abuse of alcohol or consumption of more alcohol than the body can handle can lead to liver damage and other debilitating conditions. Alcohol abuse can also lead to alcoholism, diagnosed as alcohol use disorder in the latest Diagnostic and Statistic Manual, in which a person becomes physically and psychologically dependent on alcohol to the point that he or she cannot function without it. Alcohol abuse and addiction can also lead to destructive behavior, such as driving under the influence of alcohol and domestic violence, according to drugabuse.com. Drugabuse.com goes on to explain that short-term effects of doses of alcohol above the safe level, which differs for people depending upon weight and whether they had alcohol on an empty stomach, begin with relaxation and reduced inhibitions. While these effects may be pleasant, they can progress to lowered concentration, lowered reflex and response time, and poor coordination, all of which result from a slowdown in the activity of the brain. Long-term overconsumption of alcohol causes death of brain cells, which can lead to brain disorders as well as lowered level of mental or physical function. Liver damage from alcohol can result in a severe medical condition that can require liver transplant to treat. Long-term overconsumption of alcohol can cause pancreatitis, a very dangerous inflammation of the pancreas, and it can also cause nerve damage. Once someone has developed a dependence on alcohol, he or she will continue to drink regardless of any serious physical symptoms it may cause. Alcoholics think, act, believe, and feel based on distorted perceptions of themselves or the world around them. They live at the extremes of all or nothing. There is no moderation, no middle ground, no compromise, and no gray area in their worldview. To varying degrees, alcoholics live in denial of their destructiveness, and this further distorts what they are able to make sense of. Alcoholics are the very best liars because they can use rationalization and justification to convince themselves that a lie is the truth. This happens subconsciously. They are not aware that they are, if you'll pardon the term, mind-screwing themselves. Alcoholics adopt a language that facilitates lying in a way that sounds very well-intentioned. As a young girl and young adult, I have seen alcohol take two great lives. I have also seen what it turns people into and the damage it causes to families. With the research I have done about alcohol and what it means to be an alcoholic, there is no greater definition of an alcoholic than the word selfish. Selfish means to lack consideration for others, concerned chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure. Some believe addictions are incurable, as addicts never truly become immune to their desire of the substance. Behavioral counseling and rehabilitation are two of the most recommended solutions for alcoholics. There are options so long as the addict is willing to admit they have a problem.